The thing about getting knocked down and getting back up is called resiliency. And resiliency is this ability to recognize that you are struggling with stress because something hasn't happened, but that you are able to go over that stress in a way that you can bounce back. So resiliency is all about being able to bounce back from when you got knocked down. So when I think about people that are pursuing their dream and something happens and they went all in on this dream and they gave it their all, and for whatever reason, it didn't map out, it didn't happen. Maybe they got injured, maybe an opportunity didn't pan out, maybe they didn't get that hire, maybe they had to go bankrupt, like whatever it was, it didn't work out. And when that happens, that's actually, if you're in the present and you're living in the present, what that's actually saying is that's not your thing. You've maxed it. What's hard to know about that at the time is that you feel like you're supposed to get back up and still go back and do it again. But if you're at that point, you're just continuing your suffering. You're just like beating yourself up over and over and over. So the challenge is, how do you know when it's time? Because this is the question, like, do I pivot? Do I change? When do I actually do that? If you look at the story with The Rock, and he's talking about like how the NFL didn't happen for him because of the injury, and he was doing everything to be an NFL player. Like that was it. Like his college coaches were all over this guy. This guy was incredible on both sides of the ball, actually. So he didn't play just defense. He could play both sides of the ball, and his body and his build and his strength and his speed and everything. So that was it. That was his ticket. And then the injury hit and everything just collapsed. Everything just collapsed. But if you look at him now, obviously like he's a multi-million-dollar blockbusting hit in TV. But what happened? He went to wrestling. Right? Guess what his dad told him? His dad told him, this is the biggest mistake of your life. Do not go into wrestling. It was in the family business. His dad was a wrestler. He went into wrestling. His dad was like, you'll never make it. When he went to wrestling, guess what happened? His personality got to shine. You can't shine your personality on the football field. You can shine your personality as a wrestler, because isn't that partly it's acting? You're really getting into it. It's emotion. This guy created a persona straight from his own being, and that became larger than him. And so I think when we get knocked down, the problem is we don't know what we're getting knocked into. And that's the issue. The issue is we don't know where we're being bumped. We don't know where we're being pushed. But are you in the flow? Because if you're going in the flow, then you roll with where you're being pushed. If you believe in spirituality and if you have faith, then you believe that you're being pushed that way because there's a higher being looking out for you. So you have to know when you've really maxed out. The difference is, have you given it your all? If you haven't given something your all, then you still got work to do. And just because you got knocked down once isn't enough. You got too many people that want to quit early. That's not enough. But when you've really tried multiple avenues, different approaches, and you've done this over and over again and tried different things, and you're still not getting somewhere, but you're being pushed into something that you don't feel is right, you better go with that damn flow, because you don't know what's going to be on the other side. And I can guarantee you, more than likely, some of the skill set and the stuff that you've been working on is now going to help you back then. The same way when The Rock became a wrestler, some of the same skill set of him doing his acting is now helping him in a way that he never thought was going to be.